Charles Barkley and Draymond Green got into it during the All-Star game. Charles Barkley was actually working the game. He was on one of the channels for All-Star game broadcasting team. And Draymond Green was also working the sidelines. So throughout the game, they would talk to each other back and forth. And the game got interesting. I wouldn't say the game was interesting. It was terrible. It was a snooze fest, but there was an interesting conversation between Barkley and Draymond in which both of them debated the Warriors' chances of winning another title. Barkley said this: "I hate to say it, but the Golden State Warriors are cooked." Draymond Green responded by saying, "That's crazy. You said that last year, but we all know you don't know what you're talking about." And another response is, again, Barkley denied it, and then Green responded back again, "You said it every year. You said it every year since I've been in the league." Okay, and then there's a few more quotes I'm going to read. And then Barkley said this: "That's not true, but y'all are cooked. Y'all are done. I'm telling you, y'all are done." Green then responded back by saying, "This is crazy. Are we? That's 4 ahead of you, boss." Obviously, Draymond was taking a shot at Charles never winning a ring right there. And Barkley went on to bring up Curry's health problems. He said Curry was starting to break down. So here's the quote, and then what Draymond Green says in response: "He's starting to break down. He got hit in the knee and hurt his knee. He didn't just get hurt. He also got his arm snatched back. They're contact injuries. Thank God he don't look like you in Houston." So one thing I had to say about the injuries to Curry, actually, they do have to do with getting older, because once you get older, you get hurt much more easily with contact. And basketball is a contact sport. If you think about it, when you're younger, you can take more body blows to your body and not have severe injury. But as you get older, you start to get major injuries over slight blows, whereas in the past, those blows didn't do nothing. That's always the case of getting older, hence why older people are more prone to even break their bones in old age. Obviously, Curry's not elderly old, but he's basketball old now, where he can get hurt off of these contacts, these random plays. So Charles is actually right about that. I think Draymond is very sensitive. He's one of those people that doesn't want to hear the truth. He wants to be around yes men. And if you tell him something that's true, but he doesn't like what it says about him or his team, he's going to lash out at you. He's a typical narcissist. He's friendly up until you disagree with him. And just addressing Charles' comments about the Warriors being cooked, I would say Charles is pretty much right. If you're a betting man and you're just going on odds in NBA history, there's only one team in NBA history that has won an NBA title without being a top 4 seed in either conference. And that was the 1995 Houston Rockets, who won the championship as a 6th seed. They were the defending champs at that time. But it hasn't happened since then, and it's only happened once in NBA history. It's really hard to do. It's extremely hard to do. I still remember the Houston Rockets run from back then. I was in middle school, and it was one of the most amazing runs I've seen in NBA history. Hakeem Olajuwon, it seemed like in every round he was playing on God mode. Just incredibly amazing. That Rockets team was clutch under extreme pressure in every round when they needed to come through with a clutch basket or a clutch defensive stop in the final minutes of the game. They were able to do it, but they also had some luck. There were some choke jobs by some other teams. Obviously, I give them all the credit for coming through, but I just want to illustrate how you need to also get lucky, and there's really no room for error in these situations. Like, I remember the Phoenix Suns had a great chance of eliminating them back in '95. They were up 3-1, I think, on their home court in Game 5 in Phoenix. And I think it was Barkley or someone who missed free throws that resulted in the game going to overtime. That gave Houston a chance to send the game to overtime. If they didn't make the free throws, if they had made the free throws, Houston would have lost that game and they would have been eliminated. So that was really a lot of luck when it comes to choking. And then when they got to the NBA Finals, the infamous Nick Anderson free throw choke job where he missed 4 straight free throws in a row with the Magic being up with 3. If he had just hit one of them, there's no way the Rockets could have forced a overtime, because they would have not been able to hit the 3, I believe, to send it to OT. So that shows you how, even as how great you are, you have really slim margins of error to work on. If you're playing that type of underdog every round, you need some incredibly good luck. The Warriors have been incredibly lucky in the past with other teams getting injured, so it's always a possibility. But they would need incredible luck, and I feel Curry would have to be on God mode, and some other player on their team would have to just lift their game up like Clyde Drexler did during that run in '95. So I think Barkley is going to be right, most likely, unless the Warriors climb up the rankings. If they don't get at least a fourth seed, I don't see them winning back to back. They have all the arrogance in the world, but just again, they're trying to do something that's only been done once in NBA history. So I think what they're trying to do has a 99.9% fail rate. But we'll see, and I hope they fail. I just want to see the comedy of it. I think this team would be in disarray if they don't win it this year, and I don't think they'll ever win their championship again. I just think they're just right at that breaking point, and the moment they lose, it's when the deck of cards all fall apart. That's the way I feel. I think Draymond's also done after this year if they don't win it all. He'll be sent out somewhere. That's my belief. So, as that phrase says, I meant to say, we love to see it. We love to see it. So hopefully it goes down. All right, that's all I had to say.